We will break down the stigma of mental illness by
speaking up about mental illness,
getting help and encouraging others to get help,
and listening to individuals that suffer from mental illness.
Hello, I'm an ISU student and I have experienced extreme irritability, stress, and worry. I thought I was the only one until I researched that 89% of the students here also have anxiety.
I'm an ISU student and I suffer from extreme mood swings, sadness, and hopelessness. I thought I was alone until I researched 66% of students also suffer from depression.
I'm an ISU student and I suffer from anxiety and depression, and I was afraid to seek help because of the stigma around mental illness until I found out through research that 60% of students feel the same way.
The majority of college students suffer from mental illness, and we're here to tell you you're not alone. You shouldn't be afraid to seek help. If you're experiencing any other symptoms Aisha, Mason, or Brent had, we encourage you to seek the ISU Counseling Center.
we're going to talk about why healthcare is different if you're Black, Latino, and or poor. Therefore, the only people talking about it is probably the minorities. They can't seek help if there's no healthcare. Let's start there. Our goal here is to make sure people know that we matter by bringing awareness to this problem. The foundation estimates that Latinos and African Americans experience 30 to 40% of poorer health outcomes than white Americans. In low-income neighborhoods, patients with diabetes are 10 times more likely to undergo limb amputation than those in affluent areas. Compared to white Americans, the rate of hospitalization for patients with diabetes is twice as high for Latinos and 3 times as higher for African Americans. Wrapping this up, we still have so much more to learn about cultural barriers that prevent some patients from obtaining the best possible health care, but that alone won't be enough to make a difference. We must agree that unequal care is unacceptable. Only then can we make improvements that are needed. Thanks.
Okay, my topic is post-traumatic stress disorder, and that is currently something that the U.S. military only spends $3 billion out of their $590 billion budget. That is actually just about 0.5% of their budget. So only not even 1% of their budget goes to treating troops that are affected by PTSD. Currently, there are 770,000 troops that have been affected by PTSD, and out of that, you only get $3,896 a year on average. And typically, they don't get long-term treatment. They only get quick treatment because the military feels that this is an issue that they're not really concerned with. I think that the big part of this is speaking out about the lack of spending for our troops, because 1 in 5 veterans are affected by PTSD and 1 in every 36 hours are committing suicide. People need to speak up about this and let society know that it is okay for these veterans to speak up about what they are suffering from. And this is a severe mental illness that needs to be talked about, and we must discuss why the military is not spending enough on our troops when they sacrificed everything for us and they deserve better than this.
I'm going to be talking about the stigma of mental illness, and for critical literacy, there's a movie called World's Greatest Dad with Robin Williams, and he actually suffers from depression, and he fakes his own death to see what people would do, and what happened was that people actually felt for him, but they didn't feel for him when he was going through his life. Since he suffered from depression, he got made fun of and stuff, but as soon as he faked his own death, and people came in and were really worried about it, and they wanted to get help about it. And this is just in the world today, this is a common thing we see. If people are suffering from depression or anxiety or just some mental illness, we don't get the help for them until we know that it's too late and they've already either killed themselves or done something very harmful to themselves. And the way that people with mental illnesses are treated in society is really bad, and they get made fun of a lot. And I feel like for us as a society to be better, we should listen to them and see just see how they're feeling and how, what they're going through, just to be there for them. And anyone that has a mental illness, please seek help. See a counselor. Just get. There are people there for you that can help you get through whatever you're getting through. And yes, make sure to get help.